everyone, and welcome back to Another Mother. I'm Emma.
And I'm Ellie.
And we are doing this episode together.
We are live from a Butlins kitchen. We're not live. This is pre-recorded. But we are in a Butlins kitchen at Spring Harvest. But we are very excited. We're going to be chatting once a month, chatting about all sorts of different topics. But here we are.
Yeah.
How are you feeling, Em?
This is the first of our many conversations. So obviously, if you're an avid listener to the podcast, you know that usually we have like a special guest interview, but we just thought we'd mix it up a bit for season 3. So yeah, we'll be catching up every month when we get back home. So every other episode will be just me and Ellie. And we're going to be answering your dilemmas or your dilellies. Love that. We'll be sharing some facts to, enrich your knowledge. And we'll just be chatting about our lives because they're clearly so interesting. And we've got so much to talk about. So we are here about to make a cup of tea.
Come on, join us. Come on in.
So here at Spring Harvest, you actually have your family with you on site. Your two boys.
2 little boys.
Yeah.
Maccabee and Wills. 3 and 1. Sound like the Trinity.
3 and 1. Oh, 3 and 1. Age is 3 and 1. You got you.
They are here. And do you know what? I feel like this year has been so much easier with their ages. They can ride scooters. So last year I feel like I wasn't still baby and like just on the hip. But this year they're like scootering off, which is a bit carnage. They have Wilson did like knock into this old man like with a scooter this week, and just it's a lot of apologies. Yeah, so sorry, but
that's fine.
But we're here. But it's actually been so fun.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm really carefully.
Yeah, don't rip the tea bag. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, actually, anybody listening, Ellie has been on the podcast before as a guest, and we chatted more about your story and your life and all that you do. You're a singer-songwriter, etc., etc. But yeah, so if you want to know more about that, just go listen to the episode.
So was it series 1?
Series 1. No, it's series 1.
Was it series 1? Maybe not.
I think it was series 1.
My mum was series 1. I don't know.
I think, no, you were the same. Yeah, series 1. But yeah, so how do you find it being with your family when you're like working at the same time? Is it hard in your brain to do both?
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like this week it's been great so I'm just leading worship in the evening sessions. Okay. So I've been with the boys all day, and then my husband's been working here during the day, and then we'll flip. But I think it's definitely a mental thing of how to prepare for a week like this when you also sometimes don't know what's going to go on, and do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's sometimes hard of like timings of things and weather, all the unknowns in England.
Yeah.
But I actually do love them. I would prefer them to be here though than me just being here.
Really?
Yeah, do I? No, I won't.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm not questioning you.
Do you actually? But we haven't told them that there is a swimming pool here though.
Haven't you?
Purely because me and Tom don't want to go swimming. Is that really bad?
No, that's smart.
But no, it's been good. It's just like, do you know what also I thought being at the big start, I was like, this is so amazing. Like for them, my boys to come in with loads of kids, and it is so excellent.
Yeah.
Have you been to any of the big starts?
No, I haven't brought my kids.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't go.
Didn't
go alone to the kids venue. Be a bit weird, but I've heard great things.
How have you found this weekend? You've been here, there, and everywhere.
Good. Yeah, no, I've loved it actually. It's been nice because it's the Easter holidays at the moment. And so I had like the first week at home with the kids.
Yes.
And we just did like everything. So then it's actually been quite nice to have then a week where I'm kind of a bit more focused on other things.
So good.
And I think sometimes I find with my kids with me at work, maybe it's slightly different because they can kind of be involved in the session that you're doing or whatever. Yes. It's slightly different with my kids, like they can't necessarily come and sit in the podcast recording, So yeah, it's been nice to have a little break, I think.
So good.
Yeah, had some really good nights of sleep.
Praise the Lord for that.
It's been great.
Are you someone that brings your own pillow, or are you here?
No, I've just
you've submitted
to embrace.
Just embrace
what is here.
I love that.
I think I do sleep really well, but I think motherhood will have you thinking that you don't sleep, that you're not a good sleeper.
Very true.
But it's not you. It's the
It's,
the attendees in your house waking you up.
How many hours do you sleep these days? Like, do you get a good amount of sleep?
So at the moment, Hallie wakes up usually at 5:30 every day. I know. And then I try and like make her not be too loud. But then Ezra will be awake by 6 anyway.
So you're up.
So we're up.
Oh my days.
Yeah. So you know all those books where they're like, wake up before your kids and like do your, I don't know,
I cannot
exercise in the morning. I'm like, what time do you want me to wake up? 4? Like,
please.
Yeah,
oh
wild. What time do yours wake up? Are they good sleepers?
They are, I would say, do you know what? You know the clock swip, so I'm really taking my time doing this.
Take your time.
It's a work of art.
It is.
With this milk that says tastes like fresh milk.
Scary.
We're going in.
Scary what is in there. Yeah, what time were you saying they wake up?
Oh, sorry, 6:30, I'd say.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. And what time do they go to bed?
7:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you get a good stretch.
But it's so I'm learning with when it's light in the evenings. How do you do that? How do you like when it's so light and it's
I've tried all like the blackout blinds, all those things. I feel like none of them ever actually black out unless you get those like properly made to measure ones, which cost so much money. So I stick one of those portable things up, but then it falls down all the time. So yeah, do you have the blackout blinds?
Well, it says blackout, but I don't think it actually is a blackout.
Yeah.
I think it's a cheap IKEA sort of situation.
Yeah.
Where it's like in the gaps.
Yeah, there's always light shining through. I don't understand.
How do you do it though with Ezra? Like, because he's older, does he like easily? Like, does he still like play outside even when it's like
Yeah. So now it's like when we're saying, oh, it's bedtime now. They're like, no, it's not. It's light outside. And I'm like, oh no. And then all those clocks that you get, you know, like the kids' clocks, where it's like a moon and a sun.
Yeah.
And then you teach them, oh, you wake up when the sun is on. Yeah. And then they're like, but the sun's out, so why are you sending me to bed?
Mum, come on.
Just ignore the clock now. Ignore everything you've learned. But
how's it been away from them this week?
It's nice. It's fine. I like FaceTime them a lot, so yeah.
Nice thing to do.
It is good. It's good.
Oh my gosh.
Have you got a big week when you get home, or are you going to get to rest?
Do you know what? What am I doing? I feel like the amount of washing after a week like this is surprising.
Yes.
You know, you think like, oh, I've just got a few things.
Yeah.
So probably just spend, you know, the Easter weekend washing.
Yes.
What else? I guess it's...
Oh my gosh, I just remembered.
What?
Maccabee got his school, right?
He got in yesterday. Hallelujah.
Are you feeling relieved?
Yes. It was like, I've never done the school thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we're like, what do you expect? But it's just an email that you just have to like wait to refresh, and that's in bold. But he's in. Praise the Lord. First choice.
Love that.
Next door to the preschool, so we can drop Wilson and Maccabee off at the same time.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
That is exciting.
That is exciting.
Okay.
Crazy.
Your life's about to change.
No, honestly,
the school life. It's fun.
I know. What? Any tips on how to start?
No idea.
School well?
No idea.
He'll be just turning 40. He's an August baby.
Oh, bless. That's cute.
So
yeah, I think they love it, don't they? My son absolutely loves school, and I feel like I didn't realise how much schools require of parents. Maybe it's just my kids' school, but they like ask you to do a lot, and you're like, oh, okay, I do have a job, but that's okay.
Oh my gosh,
I'll come and do this and that and all the other things.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it's fun.
I was like, we got the email yesterday, and straight in, I was in a WhatsApp group chat with all the parents.
Yes, the WhatsApp is popping. And I've silenced mine, but not because I don't love the people, but just it's a lot of messages.
But it's like, oh my gosh, I'm about to dive into the world of playground chat.
Yeah. And knits. When people get knits.
Do you know what? Actually, not that I'm excited about that because it's awful, but the kind of combing aspect of it, I can quite imagine enjoying.
Because you love a little tidy, clean situation, don't you?
So not that I'm not going to wish upon that upon Maccabee, but I remember doing that with my sister's hair, like combing through knits. It's quite satisfying.
Yeah.
It's very gross, actually, isn't it? It's disgusting. I don't love it. I don't.
Okay, so now I feel like it's a good time for a fact.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to go first?
Do you want to go first?
Okay, my fun fact.
Okay, go on.
It's a short one.
Yeah.
But did you know that otters fall asleep holding hands?
That's really cute.
So they don't drift away.
They hold hands all night?
Apparently. Just lying there. Do they lie on their backs?
That's so cute.
Here they are, fast asleep, holding hands. I quite liked that one.
And do you hold hands with your husband all night? So you don't drift away?
Oh, please. Don't go. Don't. Please.
That's cute.
Yeah. Yes, that's my fun fact. Is that fun?
I like that fact. That's cute. You know, just to bring a bit of joy to people's days wherever they're listening.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that about
otters.
The otters. That is nice. There is a thing about ducks as well, isn't there? That they like become mates for life.
Do they?
Yeah, like they only ever get one mate and then they stay together forever.
Wow.
Really cute. Really
well,
loyal.
I wonder what that duck out there is.
Yeah.
How are they doing?
Needs a girlfriend. Okay, so my fact is, forgotten it. What is it? Right, no. So basically, apparently,
okay, go on.
An 8-minute phone call a day can like radically improve your mental well-being and your life.
8 minutes.
So basically, there was a study done on 240 people. I think it was in New York, or it was in the New York Times, something like that. And they like received regular. It was on if they received regular phone calls or not. And for the people who received regular phone calls, like short phone calls every day, they had significantly less depression, isolation, loneliness, and their like overall well-being was better. So this guy, do you know Simon Sinek?
Oh yeah,
I don't know if I've pronounced his name right. But
that Know Your Why guy.
Yeah.
Your Why guy.
You're a why guy. But yeah, he then like did something about like putting the research into practice and saying like you should basically have an agreement with your friends that you can call each other like 8 minutes a day.
Interesting.
So that like if, I don't know, say if I text you and I was like, hey, have you got 8 minutes? You'd be like, well, yeah. Like I might be doing something, but yeah, I've got 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just doing the nits. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just go with the nits out. But it's the thing of like that connection point, and it's actually more powerful for us than texting and like social, because we kind of engage with each other's lives on social media. But there's something very like special and important about that face to face, or not face to face, but like voice to voice. Hi guys, I'm just interrupting this episode of Another Mother very quickly because I wanted to show you where we've been doing all of our main sessions this week at Spring Harvest. It is here at Studio 36. This is where all of our podcast guests from this season have been sharing their inspiring teachings, leading us in heartfelt worship and uniting us as a community in faith. So we want you to join us here at Butlin, Skegness or Minehead in April 2026. For a transformative week that will deepen your faith. So head over to springharvest.org and secure your place today. And don't forget, for Another Mother listeners, we've got an exclusive discount for you, detailed in the description below. So check that out and we'll see you next year.
Do you like phone calls?
I don't. I have a big fear of them.
Yeah, I feel like lots of this gen.
I know.
We don't love it.
We're going to need to get over it because it's clearly good for us. But yeah, I think I get more nervous about calling people.
Yes, I probably quite
I feel very like intrusive.
Yes.
I feel like it's like me going up to them and going, hey, and just like shouting, whereas a text is like quite polite.
And the numbers that pop up that you don't know, are you one that like not answering? Are you answering her?
No, I usually will answer them, see that it's like a scam or a bot or something, and just block it straight away.
I should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I should.
Yeah.
But now, dilemma dilelli.
Let's do our dilemmas dilellis. Okay, so we have been asking you for your dilemmas and your dilellis, which is basically just any of your parenting questions, queries, and we're going to give you a piece of our mind about that.
We are. With a cup of tea in hand.
We are.
Dial Emma or dial Ellie today. They probably won't be able to help, but at least you will be heard. Hooray!
So the dilemma, the dilelli, is we live in a 2-bed and we thought that kids sharing a room would be fine, but they keep waking each other. I live in a 2-bed.
I live in a 2-bed.
You live in a 2-bed, yeah. So our kids share rooms.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
That's real.
Do yours wake each other up?
Yeah, like this morning.
Really?
What's the sound out? And then Maccabee, hey, Will. And you're like, And when they're up, they're up.
Yeah.
And when they're down, they're down.
I know.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
I think it's really hard. I find that my son, he sleeps really well. Like he's such a deep sleeper. So, but then I panic because my daughter will be quite loud and she wakes up quite early, and especially when they wake up in the night.
Yes.
You know, when they go through those phases of like teething and stuff, and they're waking up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And then I'm thinking, oh, my son's got to go to school, so I don't want him to have broken sleep. But then the bad habits come in because I then take her and I'm like, oh, just come into my room. So then she starts waking up going, Mummy's room. And I'm like, no.
Please don't.
Stay there. But then I'm like, shh, like,
Yes.
and then the more you go, shh, the louder they get. So that is really hard.
That is hard. What
Yeah.
wisdom? Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I think for me, I've realised, so the wisdom that I would give is that I need to relax a bit, because I think my son doesn't care about it as much as I think he does. Like he actually doesn't wake up. Whereas in my head, it's the fear that he's going to wake up.
Yes.
So I should assess the situation. But if you're saying that they do actually wake each other up,
Yes.
I don't know what to tell you.
I know it's hard. Like even today and I'm like, Wilson is already so tired and it's 11 and he's not going to be napping for another. And you're like, okay, this is what do they go into bed? Do they go to bed at the same time?
Yeah,
Yours?
that's
Okay.
really hard as well.
That is
bedtime.
tricky because one is pumping and the other one is tired, and they've got to both go to
And I
bed.
find like story time's difficult because like my older kid is like happy to sit down and read a story and wants to listen, and then like the younger kid is then just like like hitting the pages, and you're like, oh my gosh. And it's hard to balance it, isn't it, to like serve both needs.
And I find at that time I am done.
Oh yeah.
My patience is, the other night, putting Maccabee and Wilson to bed, Wilson was like tired, so he was drifting, but Maccabee was like on it, like wanting to like chat. And I can't remember, I was probably very hormonal and just very tired, and just Tom was in London, and you're like, okay, I'm so hungry, and you know, and they've eaten, you haven't quite eaten yet, and you're just like, okay, last push.
Yeah.
And I think I just went like this, like I would go in the middle of their beds. I've got two little beds, and I think I just went, oh guys, like, can't we just like go? I just went like this, and then Maccabee just like laughs and went, Mum. And Cobbie's like, so funny. I'm like, no. It's just, I mean, it is funny, yeah. Thanks for making me laugh. But now he'll just come up to me and just go like this. Oh, Mum. I'm like, yeah, that's how it feels, Maccabee.
I know. But they just don't get it, do they? Like sometimes I'll say to my kids, like as a hint, oh, Mummy's feeling really tired today. Like thinking, like, please go easy on me. And then Ezra will be like, oh, should we put you to bed? We can stay up. We can put you to bed. I'm like, no, we're not doing that, okay? Because I know what's going to happen there.
Suck you in.
So they try and like come with the solutions, but
I know it is tricky sharing them. But then I'm like, if I did have another bedroom, I'm like, I actually love them also sharing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, one day I don't know.
Yeah. My sister's kids, they like were going to not share a room, then they asked to carry on sharing a room. And so because it's just fun, isn't it? Like growing up with your siblings. I shared a room with my sister.
You see,
it was
I
fun.
did, and I'm like, I think like I would love to. I have it in some capacity, but yeah,
it was fun. But yeah, sorry, the advice for that isn't that great, but just you know,
keep going.
You've got this.
Yeah, and eat dinner maybe beforehand.
Oh yeah, eat dinner with them. Take your makeup off when you're doing the bath.
Yes, get in your comfies.
Put your pajamas on.
I think try and get comfy as soon as.
You'll be fine. Okay, the second one.
How to be consistent in parenting when it feels so pressured in front of people. Real.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's like when you've got those parenting techniques that you use at home of like, I don't know, I've got a 2-minute warning for this. Like, don't do that anymore.
I know.
If you carry on, then you're going to have to like sit on the sofa or move the room or whatever. But then when you're out,
how do you do that?
And then people are looking at you and you're just like, or I find like if you want to go down the more gentle parenting route, sometimes people look at you like, discipline your child. And I'm like, but I am. This is just the way that we're doing it.
Absolutely. I know. I've learned from Tom of like, he takes them like aside, which is, I'm learning that's quite helpful. Whereas like whatever's going on, let's just quickly remove ourselves from this room or situation and eye to eye and try and, I mean, I'm not as patient as him.
Yeah.
But he's very good at just like quickly removing, let's like talk about this separately rather than in front of a room of people or like, because it is like, there are moments when like your kids are doing things where you're like, oh, I don't even know. Or they've never done this. What on earth do you do in this situation?
Yeah.
And then when there's older people in the room and they've done it a certain way, or even our own parents have probably parented us in such a different way.
Yeah.
And just like when the eyes are, you're just like, okay, how do you do this as calm as possible?
Yeah.
Still learning how to do that.
Or if they do something that's kind of like, it's out of character for your child.
Yeah.
So then you don't want to come down too hard on them, but maybe what they've done is quite naughty. Like,
I know.
if they like hit another kid or something. So then you obviously want to be like, okay, go say sorry, like, all that kind of stuff. But then you're also thinking, what's wrong? Like, you want to like connect with them emotionally because you're like, what's going on there? You don't usually do this. Like, why are you doing this? But then the expectation is that you've just got to be like, naughty, like 100%. Didn't do that.
Do you find it also like sometimes with like other friends or people, whoever you're with, maybe and stuff like we all parent so differently too. So the expectation of how like some parents might not encourage their child to go say sorry to your child, or they might, like, they'll figure it out, or I don't know. We all have our different ways of doing it, but like that expectation of like, are you gonna? If someone hits Maccabee, I'm like, what am I expecting of this moment?
Yes.
And how do I deal with that?
And the funny thing is your kids will say it out loud.
I know.
So like they'll say, they didn't say sorry to me, and you tell me that I have to say sorry, and then you're just like sitting in front of your friend, you're like, everybody does it different.
It's all fine. They just do it like this. I know, with like no judgment, funny. Isn't it?
I know.
It's real. Yeah. But I think it's like, at the end of the day, you're the mum, aren't you? And you do get to call the shots and what's like. And sometimes in the moment, like, do you know what? We have that cracker. Like, do you know what? In this moment, this is really not the end of the world if you are going to have 4 more biscuits right now. Yeah. And we're just going to, this boat is going to sail today, and we'll get to the end of the day, and I might regret it. And never do that again.
Learn from it. Everything's learning.
But I think it's just like, have grace in yourself too in those moments where
100%.
It's things are going to crop up that is overwhelming. So
defos. Okay, last one. This is a hard one.
Oof.
Deciding how much of a child's life to share online. I flip-flop all of the time. I flip-flop too.
Yeah.
I don't know, because someday, like, I used to probably share my kids online a lot more than I do now. And I think it actually changed for me when I started doing youth work. And then the teenagers would say to me, oh, it's so cringe when my mum posts pictures of me online and she just gets all of her friends commenting like, oh, so cute. Oh, she's grown up so much. And then I was thinking, I do that to my kids. And then like they kind of find it a bit like embarrassing, whatever. So I thought, oh, I wonder if my kids could explain how they felt, maybe that's how they would feel.
Yes.
So then I've started to kind of, I still like, they're a massive part of my life and they are with me all the time.
Yeah, totally.
And they're like all I take pictures of, really. So then I feel like I do share them still, but probably less like obviously. So maybe not like them talking and like doing funny things, even though like the funny things are so good. But I guess I don't really share that much as much anymore. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, that's cute, let me just share it.
I know. I flip-flop all the time too.
Yeah.
I think also sometimes I forget, like, your followers, you don't know lots of these people. Well, obviously, you don't. And sometimes I can forget that and like post something that's like probably more appropriate for close friends, I'd say, like on Instagram or something. I don't know. But I think what I do know is that children do bring so much joy though to people. Yeah. And like if I do post, come on in.
Hello.
Come on in. There's things like, oh, Deborah comments, this brought so much joy to my day. You're like, oh, bless you, Deborah.
I know.
But I flip-flop too. But I think the fam chat, or, like I send lots of things to others.
Yeah. And I think as a parent, it's just about, like with anything really, it's about deciding what feels right for you and your family. And like, if you've got a partner in this as well, it's like talking together and being like, how do you both feel about what you share about your kids? And being aware that things do last forever online. Like you could delete the post, but it could still be there somewhere. So it's like just really thinking about like what you would and wouldn't share, or if you've got like boundaries. Like I know for me, I would probably never share like a intensely emotional moment for my kid, because I just feel like, well, I wouldn't want someone to post a picture of me crying my eyes out, or like having a tantrum or whatever. So I feel like, for me, I would go with the like treat others the way that you'd want to be treated.
Fully.
But then also knowing that they could one day turn around and say like, oh, I didn't want to, like, why did you share that with me? So just being mindful of like sometimes, not always having to show their face or whatever.
Yeah, that's wise.
But then at the same time, they're a huge part of your life. And I think for me, the way I use social media would be like, it's kind of like a diary, like just documenting. And I love like looking back at like my memories, and I can look like, I kind of use social media to look at that, because I never file my photos properly. Like who's got time for that?
Honestly.
So then I feel like posting it online is almost like a way of capturing a moment in time.
Absolutely. And it is fun.
Yeah.
Photos, memories, videos. But I think I'm still learning what's right and different seasons. Like sometimes it'll be like, oh, there's actually things I would love to share. Other things I'm like, I'm just going to keep all of it. You know, I'm not going to, this will never.
Yeah.
But I think we all have discernment. And I think you just got to discern for your own family, don't you?
Exactly.
What's right, what's just for you, and what's to share.
Yeah.
And only you can really make that decision.
Yeah, because I think we can get a bit sidetracked by like judging ourselves or comparing ourselves with other people, feeling like, oh, we shouldn't do that because they don't do that, or we should do that because they do that. But it like God has made you the parent of your children. Yeah. And it's up to you. You decide what feels right for you.
I think so. This has actually helped me though too, just hearing your perspective on things too. Yeah. I think that's what's always good about actually chatting about things, isn't it? And actually asking one another what we think, because it could be so much inner, there's so much that goes on in our days, aren't there? There's so many questions. Is this right? Is this wrong? Am I doing this right? Blah, blah, blah. But actually having a conversation is so helpful. Yeah. And realizing similarities too, and all of our differences too, that we're all learning. We're all like figuring it out as we go along. Yeah,
it's like an opportunity to reflect. Have you ever done the Circle of Security parenting course? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I did it with my church. I can talk about it in another episode one day. But even that, it's like a weekly course you do. I think it's like 6 or 8 weeks. And even just the process of once a week sitting down for like an hour and actually reflecting on your parenting experience and how your kids are doing at that time, and what you want to do, and how you want to do things differently, or what you want to keep on doing, is so good. Like it really helped me. And I think throughout that 8 weeks, I like became a better parent within that time, because I was so much more aware. Then as soon as the 8 weeks is over, I'm like straight back. But like there's just something about the intentionality. So I guess for anybody listening, if you've got a friend that you can chat to, definitely, we encourage you to do that, because I feel like it could really make your day better, and just give you a bit of strength for your journey wherever it is that you find yourself.
Too right.
So we are going to be back in 2 weeks' time. No, 1 month's time. We're going to be back in a month's time, just Ellie and I. But in 2 weeks' time, we'll have an interview episode with one of our incredible guests, where we learn from them and get all of their wonderful wisdom. So join us in 2 weeks' time for that, and then in a month with Ellie and I.
Come on.
We'll see you soon.